What's up, YouTube? This is Red Devilosa from Red Devilosa Reviews. I had a three-part fancast of the Rogues Gallery to face off against Robert Pattinson's Batman for the Matt Reeves Bat Universe. If you haven't seen them, the playlist link is in the description down below and in the card in the corner. To continue the spirit, I decided to cast for some of the supporting characters in the Batman mythos. Now before I spoil you guys, this does not include the Robins and Batgirls. I know, I'm sorry, I'm still figuring that list out, and I'd like to have that in a separate video. This will include some of the people of Gotham City, the GCPD with Commissioner Gordon, who will be played by Jeffrey Wright in the upcoming film. Same rules as my other fan cast. I will not reuse characters that have been casted. There might be a few characters that might be in this film, but we just don't know who they are. I'm completely casting as if this was not true. Also, I'm aware of the Gotham show including a lot of these characters as it had the advantage of specifically focusing on the Batman mythos. There is also fan art in the video, and I will give credit to the artist throughout the video and in the description down below.
We never could get the damn bridge to work, but this baby works just fine. So what do you think?
Does it come in black?
Lucius Fox is one of Bruce Wayne's closest allies. He's an experienced businessman, entrepreneur, and inventor. He's been a helpful part to Bruce Wayne with his involvement with Wayne Enterprise and the Wayne Foundation. He also takes part in providing weapons, gadgets, vehicles, and armor for Batman. As far as we know about the film, Bruce made the suit and the Batmobile himself, as he does not have a Lucius Fox at this point of his career. As I mentioned in the intro, I'm completely assuming that Fox is not in the film. Morgan Freeman played the character in the Nolan Trilogy. He was absolutely brilliant, but that's just Freeman in general. Now, I've stated in a previous video that I would have liked Denzel Washington as Lucius Fox. He's got the look and he's one of the best actors alive, but I'd save him for a bigger role, obviously if he wants to do it. I'd want him as Adam Bradshire, aka Blue Marvel, in Marvel. Courtney B. Vance would be my choice for the character. He has a presence when he is placed on camera. Law and Order, Criminal Intent, his Emmy performance in The People vs. O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story are great gateways to see the acting ability. He might also be recognizable as Miles Dyson in Terminator Genisys, or as the husband of the great Angela Bassett.
Where is this scarecrow?
Well, he got away.
Oh, you mean the commissioner's pet bat here let him get away? What do you got there, vigilante? Looks like police evidence. Give it up. Now! Ooh, looks like I'm gonna have to take it from you.
Bullock, what the blazes is going on here?
Blaze is right, Commissioner. It's attempted arson. Zorro here is withholding evidence. Where the...
You were saying?
Never mind.
Once a corrupt cop at the GCPD, Detective Bullock was ordered by Mayor Hill to sabotage Commissioner Gordon's career, and he would do so by pretending to be a klutz during stakes until he accidentally gives Gordon a heart attack. This changed Harvey to be a better person and be more honest as a cop. He does dabble in the corruption here and there. He's usually the bad cop when Batman is not around. He's not a big fan of Batman, but he does work with him from time to time, due to his respect to Gordon. Jeremy Ratchford would be my choice for the detective. Cold Case is pretty much the pitch for the character, as he is a detective there. Give him a stubble and a hat, and there you go. He might also be recognizable as Lyles Gorch in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well.
It's over. Drop the gun.
Look, I promise I'm not gonna shoot you, okay? I used to think you were a threat, but I was wrong. We both have much bigger problems right now. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Those guys had me pinned down. If you hadn't shown up when you did...
It's okay. It's in the past. I forgive you.
Thank you. It means a lot coming from you.
Another cop that works for Commissioner Gordon. She was assigned as a detective partnered with Harvey Bullock. She was created in the Batman the Animated Series show in 1992, and she found herself in the comics around the same time. Another one of the few good cops in Gotham City, she's particularly good at her job, and she is usually a supporter of Batman. She's been a lover for Kate Kane, aka Batwoman, and a protege to Vic Sage, aka The Question. After his death of lung cancer, she takes up the mantle as the Question. She had her film debut in Birds of Prey, played by Rosie Perez. I just wasn't a fan, to be honest. She was too corny, and they even pointed that out in the film. But as this is a different universe, I would have Mercedes Mason as Montoya. She usually plays the tough girl in things like 666 Park Avenue and Fear the Walking Dead, something that works really well with Montoya. I don't really see the Question happening anytime soon, but if I were to cast someone for Vic Sage, I would have liked Edward Norton a few decades ago. Hugh Dancy would probably be my pick from Hannibal. He's a detective there, and he's a pretty good one at selling it. Crispus Allen is another one of the few good cops left in the GCPD. He's a good detective and is partners with Renee Montoya. He's by the books and he's not the biggest fan of Batman, but he understands that the vigilante is necessary for Gotham City to change for the better. This character might be familiar for what he becomes after he's killed by a dirty cop. He becomes the new host for the Spectre, a supernatural spirit that acts as a vengeance of God upon the evil. That's a storyline that I don't believe will happen anytime soon. But who knows? Kobna Holdbrook Smith portrayed the character in Justice League for a brief moment while talking to Commissioner Gordon. But this is a different universe. I would have Jay Ellis as Crispus Allen and the possible Spectre. I've only seen him in the HBO series Insecure, and I think he's great there. He's a likable character. There's a bit of darkness in Crispus that I would need to see from him, but it's entirely possible under the direction of Matt Reeves. He's also going to be in the upcoming Top Gun Maverick, set to release later this year, that I'm looking forward to. I also think he would pair nicely with Mercedes Mason as Montoya as well. Also, just if anyone is curious, for the original Spectre, Jim Corrigan, I would cast Clive Owen, best known for his roles in Closer, and Hemingway and Gellhorn.
This used to be a beautiful street. Good people lived here once.
Good people still live in Crime Alley.
Another minor character that is an important character to Bruce Wayne. She was the one that was comforting him after the death of his parents. She's been known to be a colleague of Thomas Wayne, and she's a good person who uses her medical skills for the less fortunate in Gotham City. She's also one of the few people who Batman trusted to have the knowledge of his dual life. Jamie Lee Curtis is my choice for the character. She's best known as Laurie Strode in the Halloween franchise that is still going on for this year and the next. She was also in Knives Out as well. She's currently busy with the Borderlands movie, but we'll see.
This place is insane. Man, I even saw Bruce Wayne in here earlier. Poor guy's probably dead by now. The name's Ryder. Jack Ryder.
The TV reporter?
Yeah. You a fan?
No.
Jack Ryder is a late-night talk show host and a journalist for Gotham City. He's been known to antagonize his guests to get attention on topics like stem cell research and medical nanotech. He's had different origins in becoming the Creeper, but usually he encounters a doctor that created nanocells that is meant to have the body regenerate completely. Basically, it prevents the possibility of injury from ever occurring. Mobsters catches him trying to steal the serum and they shoot him in the head. The doctor, in desperation, puts the unstable serum in Ryder, which brings him back to life. He also implanted a device in the bullet wound that would allow Jack to revert to himself or the yellow-skinned, green-haired Creeper. He does use his abilities for good, and he even fought side by side with Batman as well. He also shifts his vocal tone and acts chaotic to intimidate enemies, which might sound like a certain clown. You might have noticed that he awfully looks similar to Joker, but it was said to be just a coincidence, and they never met until 1975. The animated series had Joker include his toxin to be a part of Creeper's origin, and a miniseries on the Creeper revealed that the Joker poison was one of the several agents that the Doctor used for the serum. So there you go. This is a strange character to bring in, but to keep it consistent, Aaron Staton would be my choice for the character. Best known for his role as Ken Cosgrove in Mad Men, he might also be recognized for his role in the game L.A. Noire, or at least for the meme that asks you to press X to doubt. I think he can pull off the douchebag angle for the character pretty well. Creeper would require a shift in personality that I believe he can pull off as well.
This is Vicki Vale reporting live from Arkham City, the controversial super prison built right here in the heart of Gotham. In a few moments, Bruce Wayne will be live on stage to explain his sudden interest in Gotham politics. The infamous Playboy millionaire has never been one to...
Billionaire, Vicki. Millionaires are so last year.
Vicki Vale is the reporter of the Gotham Gazette that has also been a love interest to Bruce Wayne. She was made to be a reflection to Lois Lane for Superman. Her job is to report on the Batman, and she usually suspects that he and Bruce Wayne are the same person. The character has been in and out of Batman comics, and she has been shaped by the times of when the character was created until now. Typically a redhead, she has been a central character in the first Michael Keaton's Batman film in 1989, played by Kim Basinger. I enjoy the animated version of her in the underrated film The Batman vs. Dracula. She's also been an integral part in the Telltale series game, which I liked, but I wasn't a big fan of the twist that she was Lady Arkham personally. If this was in the DCEU, I would not really see this character being in it, as there's a Lois Lane in there, so there's no point. But with this being a separate universe, Vanessa Kirby would be my pick. She was rumored to be a runner for Catwoman in the film before it was given to Zoe Kravitz, but apparently she was never actually approached for the role in the first place. Just one of those Alison Brie type actress for She-Hulk kind of thing. She's been on a roll lately with the Mission Impossible franchise, Hobbs and Shaw, and her Oscar-nominated performance in Promising Young Woman. The Crown as Princess Margaret is another great addition as well. Not really a difficult role to play for her standards, but it's still a welcome one.
Chucky Saw. Your angel of death awaits.
You ain't the Bat. Who are you? What do you want?
I want you, Chucky boy.
Every time I see this character, I think about the wonderful score by the late Shirley Walker. Andrea Beaumont was created by the same creators of Batman the Animated Series for what I personally believe is the best depiction of Batman and his mythos. In the film, which I consider to be the best Batman movie in general, Mask of the Phantasm. She is the daughter of a wealthy businessman that was tangled up with the mob, and we know how that story goes in Gotham City. Out of revenge, she becomes the Phantasm to go after the ones that killed her father. She has this parallel to Bruce, who was also his love interest in the film. They were orphaned by the crime and turmoil of Gotham City, but their reasoning for justice and the way to tackle it are vastly different. She was just recently added into the main streamline in Batman Catwoman #1, so I'm curious to know if they'll actually put this character into live action. There's a practicality for the Grim Reaper design for the character, and the inclusion of the artificial fog manipulation is possible as well, more akin to Mysterio in Far From Home. Phantasm has been depicted as a villain and an anti-heroine, so this character might not be as recurring as one can expect in a franchise. I would have Emma Stone. Now before you say that casting a redhead for a redhead would never happen, she's actually blonde. But in all seriousness, she's one of my favorite actresses in Hollywood. Easy A, Birdman, The Favorite, and her Oscar win for La La Land, and others. She was also great as Gwen Stacy in the Amazing Spider-Man films. She's in the right age range with Robert Pattinson, and they would just dominate each scene they're in together.
Easy.
To finish off this list, we have the parents of Bruce Wayne. Now I understand the death of the Waynes has been done to, well, death. Even in the recent Joker film, it was there. This is more for the flashbacks for a young Bruce Wayne if they wanted to go down that route. There's been different takes for the characters over the course of time, from the honorable parents that Bruce looked up to the twist that Thomas Wayne worked with the mob, which is why they were killed. There's been a push for Flashpoint Batman who kills after Bruce is killed, and Martha who becomes the Flashpoint Joker. I just don't ever see that happening, to be honest. The most opportune time would be in the Flash movie that is said to take elements from the story, but it doesn't sound like that'll happen. Obviously, I can't say if the characters have been casted for just a family picture or an actual flashback, but I would have Kyle Chandler as Thomas Wayne and Naomi Watts as Martha Wayne. Both actors shared the screen together in 2005's King Kong. Kyle Chandler is also known for his work in Argo, Zero Dark 30, The Wolf of Wall Street, Manchester by the Sea, and First Man. You can include the Godzilla films if you want. Naomi Watts had her fair share of Oscar-nominated performances in 21 Grams and The Impossible. She was also in the Divergent series and in Birdman, also with Emma Stone. Again, these roles aren't really that much, but if they go with the flashback route, they'd be solid. They have the chemistry, and they look like they could be Robert Pattinson's parents as well. As for young Bruce Wayne, probably go with a fresh face that's competent, again, if he's not been cast already. And that was the supporting characters fan cast for Robert Pattinson's The Batman. Let me know what you think about my personal fan cast. Anything that was spot on, anything that I've changed your mind on, anything that I'm completely off on. I'd like to know your personal fan cast. Just a quick announcement. Due to this final stretch of college classes, I'm not going to be able to post as often as I used to do. I apologize for any inconveniences that this might have. Thank you to all of my subscribers for supporting me these last few weeks, and just in general. Thank you for the requests for other characters you'd like me to fan cast. I promise I will get to each one of you who did so, and I'll shout you out as well. The Bat family is in the works, along with X-Men. If there's other fancast videos you'd like to see, please comment below, let me know. I also do reviews and opinions on movies, comics, TV shows, and video games as well, so if that's something that interests you, support my channel by liking the video, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Peace.